If you hear a voice within you say, "You cannot paint," then by all means, paint. And that voice will be silenced. Vincent van Gogh. Welcome to Flourish. I'm Diane Planidin, and you're in the right place if you're ready to create inspired life. We do so by working on our own personal development, so we can be strong role models for those we love and mentor, and specifically for our own personal well-being. This is the number 6 in the Brain Agility chapter from the source, Dr. Tara Swartz's best-selling book, all about how powerful us humans really are and that we are in control of our destiny. Now, number 6 is all about creativity. And before you say, "Hey, I'm not creative, that's not for me," creativity is not just wanting to be a painter or drawing, etc. You're creative in everything you do all day long. You create your space, you create your life, you create when you're working. You know, even Steve Jobs considered himself very creative because he changed so many things that were status quo, and that takes creativity. So if you don't think you're a creative person, but you would like to fine-tune that as you're fine-tuning your brain agility, then this might be the chapter that you want to focus on in the big picture. So here we go. Creating the life you want requires a vision, and not just the vision to imagine the reality we want, but also to spot the potential opportunities that are occurring around us all the time and that could help us make our way towards that future. In this sense, creativity is not the traditional view of being good at art or full of new ideas, but it is the ability to shape our own brains by what we expose it to, designing our own future through proactive choice. Gives you. What does that give you? Creativity is freedom. It enables us to direct the full power of the source to create the life we envision for ourselves. It enables us to draw on other pathways and use them in unexpected ways, using the law of attraction and visualization to manifest our desires. And you do this because your human mind can reinvent, imagine, improve, and rethink. Creativity gives us the power of interpretation, seeing things differently. What can you use something for that you have differently? Look around you. Basically, what do you think your coffee mug is for? Is it just for coffee? Or can it be used for something else? That's what she's talking about, having different perspectives on things. To be creative, we also need to develop a certain level of confidence in our right to express our unique take on things, to value our own ideas and interpretation. And that takes tenacity, resilience, and self-belief, the knack for spotting opportunities as they arise. It's about the ability to create your future, to be fully present and in charge of your life. And she talks a little bit about the neuroscience of creativity and that there's 3 networks of the brain: mind wandering, focused thinking, and selective attention. That gives you out of the box thinking, and that helps you stop the negative filtering. She says, mind wandering, focused thinking, and selective attention can all be strengthened with practice. Give yourself the time and space to think without distraction can lead to new ideas and perspectives. This is the benefit of actively allowing your mind to wander. By consciously bringing our desires, hopes, and dreams to the forefront of our mind, our brain will be able to hone in more effectively on opportunities that will lead to the outcome we want. This is focused thinking and can be achieved through action boards and visualization. Now, you may be thinking, still, what do you mean? I'm not creative. Oh, but you are. Did you fine-tune a recipe? Did you have a favorite hobby you haven't done in a long time? Did you perhaps give yourself an opportunity to ask yourself, why not try something new? Why not learn to swim? Whatever the case may be, why not? Because the more you can change things up in your life, the more creative you become, the more pathways that she talked about earlier in the book, the novelty of something new will actually create more pathways in your brain. That's how you keep creating and learning. And once you start doing that, it just dominoes and it's just fantastic. And remind yourself, she says, to think from a perspective of abundance rather than lack. The number one law of attraction secret: abundance, abundance, abundance. And she says, as you're exploring these ideas, give yourself permission to open up and play with lots of potential ideas and possibilities, creatively rewarding yourself, enabling you to spot opportunities in unlikely places. It means then we can sense when to take a chance and when to question or pursue something. It helps us hone a strong intuition, giving us a flexibility to recognize possibilities that might bypass us otherwise. You might notice things differently, and you might start thinking, I don't even know how to decorate my house. I just go and throw and there's a pillow and that's that. But once you start opening up, and I'm just using decorating as an example, you'll start noticing things and your intuition will just start forming things together. You will not just buy any old pillow. You will naturally be attracted to something intuitively because now you've honed that skill. And the creativity can be any project, by the way, but you'll start seeing things differently. The perception actually changes, and it's really quite fascinating. It's almost magical, I'm gonna say. We are all innately creative, and it's time to push that intrinsic power to be bold in search for radical self-expression, the life you really want. Set a big picture challenge and watch your vision unfold. Unleash your creativity and use it to fuel your vision for the future. And she gave an example in the book of writing down like 100 ideas, writing down just your thoughts. Think about, what were you really good as a kid? And maybe revisit that. Do you love playing sports? Can you get creative? Can you start coaching? Whatever that looks like for you, think about it, get an outlet going, and write things down. Because when you start writing things down, they start becoming real. And it really does impact your brain because your brain listens to you, whether you're selling something good or bad. So get out there, get creative, and live a more inspired life. Well, if you like the show, share it with somebody you know, and hey, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss the next chapter, because next week is all about part 4 of the source, putting all of these great ideas that we've been talking about into action. I'll see you then.